You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Tekashi was locked up. He was arrested. It looks like he's going to be serving some time. Now, the question is, do you feel sorry for Tekashi 6ix9ine? 800-585-1051. When he was up here, he said he only fears two people.
There's one thing I fear in life. No, two things. No, I'm not going to say. I fear God, and I fear the FBI.
So the question is, do you feel sorry for him? Start with you, Yee. Do you feel sorry for Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Of course I feel sorry for him. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. He's very young, and he goes in and out of me like feeling like, okay, he's entertaining, he's cool, and me saying that was real stupid. And, you know, so I do feel bad for him. I feel like he would have eventually had time to grow and make that change, and I know he's scared for his life and his family members' life, and so, of course, I feel bad.
I do feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine, and the reason I feel bad for him is I really think he was an opportunist, meaning he was a good rapper, he was around the street and used the street to catapult his career and as his protection and all that other stuff. But I don't necessarily feel that he's built like that. I don't look at him as a gangster. I don't look at him as a bad guy. I had conversations with him. I spoke to him. I've seen him with kids before. I don't necessarily see him as a bad guy. I think he used that quote unquote bad guy persona to boost his career, and it caught up with him. And you know, which is sad. But I don't necessarily believe he's a bad individual. Charlamagne?
No, I don't feel sorry for him. Because in life, you get what you ask for, and you get it because you asked for it. And everyone with any type of sense told Tekashi how this would end. He'd end up in debt or jail. He made his bed. Now he has to lie in it. I feel sorry that he didn't listen to his elders and he has to learn this lesson the hard way. But I don't feel sorry for him making choices that landed him in the decision, in the position that he's currently in.
But I think a lot of what he was investigated for is stuff that's old. It's not like he did something that day.
What does that mean?
He never did anything to anybody.
I mean,
what do you mean?
Because it's not like it's not. So even if he was
Exactly.
listening, even if he was trying to evolve, a lot of that stuff came back from before. So it wasn't like he did this and got arrested the next day.
That's like saying we shouldn't be mad at Donald Trump for making those old grab him by the vagina comments because they were old.
Yeah,
I'm not saying be mad at him. I'm just
saying.
saying, you're saying, do I feel bad that he's in jail? What I'm saying is that those charges are things from before. So it's not like if he was listening to what people were saying now.
They have him on tape this year allegedly putting $30,000 on Chief Keef's cousin and that they shot at in Midtown Manhattan.
But I also feel like they're making an example of him, and they want him to break, and they want him to buckle, they want him to snitch, so they're going to throw everything on him as possible.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard the saying, you turn out to be what you pretend to be?
Absolutely.
So if you pretend to be a gangster, if you pretend to be a blood, if you pretend to be this stone cold killer that can get people touched, guess what? You have to deal with the consequences of pretending to be that.
No, you're absolutely right. But I see this all the time, and I see this even with you. You had Mobb Deep outlined in the back of your head, and you thought you was from Queensbridge at one time.
And
guess
what?
Selling crack and had a gun on you.
And guess what? I had to deal with the consequences of my actions. I went to jail.
But not for life. Not for 30 years.
I went to jail, and he's not gonna go to jail for 30 years. He'll do about 8 to 10 maybe. I went to jail, and that's what I always tell. And this is what I tell these kids all the time. They're not getting the opportunities that we got when we were younger. My first charge was assault and battery with intent to kill, point and presenting a firearm. All I was doing was sitting in the back seat when my man was shooting. My other charge was distribution of marijuana to an undercover police officer. I ended up getting probation. These kids nowadays, they're not getting the opportunities to change their life the way that we got.
And that's why I
can still feel bad for him.
And that's why
no, I don't feel bad for him.
I do.
I don't feel bad for him.
I do. Lala.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Lala?
I'm good. How are you?
How's Mello doing?
I don't know. I hope he's doing okay, though.
I'm just messing with you.
She said, I'm tired of hearing this joke.
She's tired of hearing that joke.
Right. They ask me all the time.
What do you feel about Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Okay, apart like a little 0.5% feel bad, but the rest of me don't, because he don't even understand what he have in his fingertips. Like, he's talking about he don't want to change and he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. And he don't even realize his potential and how far he can go.
Yep.
So I can't feel sorry for somebody that don't even feel sorry for himself.
You see, but the bad thing about it is it worked. Like the whole tough guy persona.
No, we got to stop saying that.
It did.
No, it did not.
That was the reason why people started looking at it, because of the trolling and all that other stuff. That was the reason why.
No, one of the 48 laws of power is playing to the end. And it did not work if the end result is that you end up in jail or dead. That's not working. We got to stop saying that. It did not work
as far as his career popping. It absolutely did.
That's what gets these kids in trouble now.
Lamar.
Yo.
Lamar, do you feel bad for Tekashi?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Like, to be honest with you, right, just watching him, you know, from the beginning to where he's at right now, I really don't know what's real, what's fake. I don't know. So I just took it as all entertainment, you know what I mean? And then, like, And I hear him on the Breakfast Club in an interview talking about I'm trying to give the people what they want. So I'm like, all right, so he's entertaining and he's pretending. Right. I don't know what's real. So I feel bad for him because, like, to me, maybe this is all just a game and maybe it's not real and now he's caught up. And I was like, I don't want to mess with you guys now. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel bad for
every single grown person with some sense told him to stop playing. Life is not a game. We all sat back and watched it and realized he was playing and everybody else wasn't, including the FBI.
You're absolutely right. But when he feels like he's becoming a bigger artist, he's making more money, it's stupid things is the pitfalls you go into. But 800-585-1051, we're talking Tekashi 6ix9ine. Do you feel bad for him? He faces a bunch of charges. You got some of those charges, G?
Yeah, he's facing a mandatory minimum sentence of 32 years in prison. And that's for charges including racketeering allegations because of his involvement with the 9 Trey Bloods and a previously unreported armed robbery. He's facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. And they've transferred him to a new facility that's used to house witnesses who cooperate with the feds at times. So we don't know if that's why he's there, but I guess they're fearing for his life. Where he was before, so now they put him into a different federal facility.
Now, I've never heard of such a facility. They have facilities just for people who may be possible informants, witnesses. I never heard about that.
I mean, it would make sense because if you are going to snitch and you are going to tell, they don't want to put you in general population. They'll rather put you where you're safe and you feel comfortable.
So nothing can happen to you.
A lot of these stories don't make no sense, though. Like, when they talk about Tekashi will be in the witness protection program, how? He's still going to want to have a career. He's got a big 6'9" on his face. Correct. All right, with rainbow hair. Where is he going to go where we're not going to know this is Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah, well, we don't know if that means that he is a witness or anything like that, cooperating. But he was getting threats from gang members, and he wants to be away from the Bloods and the Crips specifically. So they're trying to put him with neutral inmates.
So we're
asking
800-585-1051. Do you feel sorry for Tekashi 6ix9ine? Now, I do. I mean, speaking to the young man and talking to him and seeing him, he's not that type of person, in my opinion. He doesn't seem like he's built like that. He doesn't seem like he's a super gangster. I mean, at one time, wasn't he a Crip? Then he was a Blood. You can tell that he is doing this for his career, and it worked. It got him popping. And now it's like, look, this is not what I am. You know, he came up here and he denounced Treyway and said it doesn't exist. He's not a part of it anymore. He said that he hires security and dances. He feels like Ariana Grande, and he does it because he knows it gets under people's skin. Do I think he's that? I don't.
So what? Like, no. Listen, in life, you get what you ask for. You get it because you asked for it. He earned this. All right. Anybody with one good eye saw this coming. Everybody tried to warn him. So it's hard to say you feel sorry for a man when he made these choices. He made these choices, and this is what the choices led him to. This position he's in.
I wouldn't want to see that to anybody. I mean,
and to be honest with you, man, sometimes you
I feel like he could have been redeemed somehow.
Y'all act like it's
before
over.
This happened.
We don't know what this kid is getting. This kid might get 7 to 10.
Well, he's facing a mandatory minimum sentence of 32 years.
I don't think the charges. You've seen the video. I mean, it's going to be a tough one.
That's according to the U.S. Attorney.
It's going to be a tough one.
I think he'll get 7 to 10. He's 20. I don't want to speculate what the young man's going to get. I just know he's young. So unless they get this man a life sentence to give him 30-something years,
which they could,
he still has a chance to redeem himself. And you know, what I mean, if you get 7 to 10, you come home, he could be a totally different person.
But he's also scared for his life. Other than just that,
jail might have saved his life. Why are you playing?
Now, not for nothing, I do feel that he got locked up, and I think that was part of the reason why he's here. I think it kind of saved his life when he got up here and denounced some of those people. I think him getting locked up might have saved his life.
But y'all keep talking about all of his crew. Think about all the beef he had other than his crew.
That is true,
The guy was fearing for his life before this last week.
That is true.
So what are you talking about?
That is true.
Jail might have actually saved this man's life.
Well, 800-585-1051. Do you feel sorry for Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Do you feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Yeah, kind of. I think they're trying to give him too much time. I think he really needed a wake-up call, but what they're doing right now is just too much.
Well, he's not going to end up, listen, 32, he's not going to end up getting no 32 years and no life
we don't know
sentence.
what he's going to get.
Even 10 years is going to be harsh. Give him like 2 years or something and let him out after.
Okay. Thank you, man. Bridget, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you feel bad for Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Absolutely not.
Why?
He's stupid. He recorded a whole video talking about he want a 30-pack out on dude. No.
That was crazy.
Make those kind of moves.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Who was recording that?
Who was recording that? And what part of the team thought that was okay? I mean, oh, my God.
Y'all bugging. That was crazy.
You already know the whole team is fake. They all turned embezzled. So the whole squad was fake. And he out here making these kind of moves with fake friends. Yeah, it just wasn't a good look.
And what's even scarier is Chief Keef really did get shot at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, come on, man.
All right, well, what's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is life is about choices. Some we regret, some we're proud of, some will haunt us forever. The message, we are what we chose to be.
You know, and the first time he came up here, I wish he would have really listened to us. And when we had that conversation, when we was trying to be honest
to everybody.
with him, and we told him we seen this play before.
Listen, this is a rerun. Let me tell you something. This is the beauty of being older and having experience. We are watching the 30th season of a TV show that has the same script, the same storyline, the same plot, just new characters.
But let's be honest. But this is the sad thing. You've been in situations where if during your time, you did the same wild out stuff.
Yes.
I used to walk around with a gun in my shoe.
Yes.
Like, just think about if we were young and we'd have got caught, it would have been the same thing for us because we were following the wrong people, doing the wrong things.
I did go to jail. I was on probation for a decade. All right, what are you talking about?
I did.
Yes, I did get caught. Okay?
All right.
Yes.